What is up, everybody? Today we're back with another video, and we're going to look at a scenario where what if the Democratic Republic of the Congo made an empire? The Democratic Republic of the Congo is a big country in Africa, which is located in the kind of like in the middle. If you want to split this, oh no, I don't want to split this through the middle. Yeah, I would probably hit the DRC. I don't. That's a horrible line. Start from here. No. Yeah, I would barely hit, like, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, I guess you can say. But it's fine. Today we're back with another video, and it's mostly in... I don't know why I said that. Back with another video. I already said that. So, what is the DRC going to do? Now, of course, they're going to annex countries because that's why we're here. Now, the first thing they would do is knock on Angola's door. Pretend this is DRC right here. They would knock on Angola's door. Angola would appear out of nowhere and says, "What do you want?" And they want this exclave over here. And, of course, Angola says no. Okay, we're going to say no. And they're going to say, DRC is going to, like, reply with this, you know what, bro, we're going to invade you. We don't care. We're going to invade you. So, that's what's going to happen here. So, the DRC is going to invade Angola. But not the whole country first. They would only invade this exclave over here. That was literally all they want. So, they would easily just go over here and get this exclave. I don't know if this exclave is pretty, like, heavily guarded. I'm not sure. Probably they are. So the DRC we easily get this exclave and now has bigger coastline. Instead of like 15 kilometers of coastline. Now they have a bigger coastline. So now, of course, Angola is completely mad. These borders look better now. They are extremely mad. But before they can invade it, DRC makes another invasion on the Republic of the Congo over here. Now, the reason why they want this Republic of the Congo is because, well, it has Congo in the name. I think that's pretty much the only reason why they would want it. So they'll come over here in the Republic of the Congo in the north and keep going down. Now, I believe Democratic Republic of the Congo is stronger than the Republic of the Congo. I could be totally wrong because, well, I don't know any of the Africa ranking militaries. Except for Egypt, they're like 19th ranked in the world. So they'll keep going down into here. And the Republic of the Congo has no chance against this, so they would easily just lose the war. So that's what would happen now. So the DRC has now borders a lot more countries now. For example, Gabon and Cameroon, which would probably be their new, like, kind of. Now, of course, well, one, I forgot to mention, mountains won't count. I know a lot of these, well, countries probably have mountains in their area where, like, countries can't invade it, but of course I'm not going to count it. And NATO as well. I don't think NATO would really care about this, so, yeah. Of course, realism is not, this wouldn't really happen in real life, so, yeah, realism was thrown out the window since the video started. So what they would do is pretty controversial, but they would go against... Are DRC and Rwanda even enemies anymore? They would go against Rwanda and Burundi over here. Now, they're just taking two at once, so for some reason, they're getting a little cocky over here. So, what happens here? But it would eventually work out in the end, getting Rwanda first, and then finally Burundi second. So now they finally border a lot of countries, like Tanzania. Since this ocean, I don't think it kind of, like, prevents them bordering each other. I'm not sure, but of course they now barely board. I don't know. They really didn't do anything. They just wanted it for the extra landmass. So what they would do now is attack a country named Gabon. Now Gabon over here is kind of cooked since, of course, I have to buff the Democratic Republic of the Congo for this video, since of course they would probably lose in the first 6 seconds. Actually, not the first 6 seconds. I think they would do pretty well invading these a lot smaller countries. So Gabon has no chance against them and gets invaded. So now DRC is a bigger coastline. That's epic. So yeah, they have this very good coastline over here. I like it. So then that will invade Equatorial Guinea. But they wouldn't know this island over here, so Equatorial Guinea is still technically a country. I don't know why they wouldn't go for the island, but they didn't go for the island. They kind of just went for the main for some reason. Now, there's the Central African Union, where, of course, there's Tanzania, I believe Kenya, and Uganda. So they unite into one country, making the Central African Union to stop Democratic Republic of the Congo. Of course, this would probably not happen in real life. Again, it's all fiction. So, now Tanzania has officially united into the Central African Republic. They would want Malawi as well, or Mozambique, but it's fine. So, eventually, DRC finds out and just invades this area of Equatorial Guinea. Now they have all of Equatorial Guinea. They would also invade Sao Tome and Principe. Actually, they wouldn't. I don't know why I said that. That the next country... Oh, my goodness. Now, the next country to go for is probably the Central African Republic, which is probably one of the weakest countries in the world. I'm not sure. Probably not. Or probably, I don't know. You never know. So, Central African Republic has officially been invaded by the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Now, listen, I don't know anything about these African countries. I just know they exist. So, yeah. So now Angola has officially buffed their military and wants to invade the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And what the Central African Union would also join this war to stop the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So the Democratic Republic of the Congo would start going in Angola first, coming from the north over here. Now Angola would be pretty weak handling this, but the Central African Union would of course start going into Rwanda and Burundi, which they would quickly capture and keep going up. Now they would easily expect this, but they would go over here in this area and come over here to this panhandle, or kind of looks like an arm or leg. So they'll keep going up and up. So Angola would start pushing up as well. This looks horrible. Please don't mention it. But that would probably fail. And DRC pushes them back. And probably invades all of Angola. But then after that, they would ask for a peace treaty for the Central African Union. And yeah, they would say a peace treaty. And that's pretty much it for today's video. I know it's kind of short, but I really had no video ideas, so this was the best I can do. So that's what the DRC would look like. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.